I should have known. It's been a little while. Actually, it hasn't been that long at all since we've seen this guy. So, does the screw attack help? Oh, you better believe it. But, well, it actually doesn't take everything except bosses down in one hit, but some things. So yeah, it flew in and made a big hole through there. I'm sorry I missed that. I mean, I said I'd cut if there was a mini-boss battle. And there it is. This is the thing that just does not know when to give up. Of course, what we have now that we didn't have the last time is our super missiles, and if I can use it. It's dead. It's dead. Woohoo! It's dead. Yes. And we got some. The Seeker Missile. Yes, so the second power-up in the game that we actually find and pick up, the Seeker Missile. Charge with the Super Missile when multiple targets are locked, fire. It pretty much acts the same way as it does in any other Metroid game that it's been in. And now that... I thought you could do something now that it was locked. I mean, now that the windows were open, maybe there's something else. There's something else in this room. Speed boost? I'll try the speed boost. I'll try the speed boost from further back. Can I try the speed boost from further back? I don't know. This is okay. This is as far back as I can go. Okay, that's not gonna work. So, I think I'll come back to this later. So I didn't do much talking in the last episode, and then I just went there without talking. So let's talk some. What can I talk about? E3. Well, I'll be talking more about E3, but me and Lucas are actually starting a collab channel where we're going to talk about game-related stuff. And that's going to be pretty cool. And Lucas will try to act more seriously sometimes. But, so that's why I don't really want to spoil my thoughts on that, but I'll kind of talk about my thoughts, because yeah, E3, everything looked great. I mean, you know, it's a big step forward. You know, E3 and Nintendo Direct kind of at the same time, so they have two conferences. I love the Nintendo Direct conferences. That way, I don't have to wait once a year, and if we don't get what we want, then boom. So, like last year, I don't think anybody got what they wanted out of E3 well, any Nintendo fan got what they wanted out of E3. I don't think anybody really had a great E3 last year. But, we'll say, okay, so Sector 2 is where we have to go right now. So there's nothing else we can do in Sector 1, so Sector 0 we have to go to. The only place we can get there through is Sector 2. So, we don't really have too much of a goal, but it's right there. Remember the place where we first saw the signs of Metroids? Well, that's where we gotta go back to, which, I mean, it would make sense that the place where the Metroids all are is the place where they're being kept. Okay, so now we know Metroids aren't extinct, but how could they be there if it was so cold? Is that even necessary? Probably not, but who knows? Yeah. Oh, there was an item we missed in the last room. Backtracking. Aha, that's a super missile thing, isn't it? So yeah. We're going to be finding a lot of items missiles that we couldn't get earlier. And our missile... So yeah, I mean, even though it only does 1 instead of 5, you still get a ton of missiles, and because you can always, like, concentrate them, it's not a big deal. But you still like to have a lot. And, you know, you're not going to get... I think the max for the Prime games was like 250, 255 missiles. You're not going to get that many. I don't even know what the max is. Might be like 70 or something, but it's not that big. Oh yeah, there's Toilet Rock. I remember Toilet Rock. So, which way is the quickest? We could go around and get an item, or go forward and not get an item. Not forward, but back. Well, you know what? I mean, I'm going this way. Sue me. Thing is, I'm always afraid if I'm going the way that I'm not really supposed to go, I'll be blocked off, but if I'm not blocked off by the first door, I should be good to go. So maybe I'll talk about E3 and stuff, because that's what I do. Can take a couple shortcuts, as you can see. That's always good, you know. So, Super Smash Bros. 4 made me drool. I'm so addicted to it right now, and I'm gonna constantly be waiting for new information, just like I was with Brawl. Mario Kart 8 looks fantastic. So, yeah. I can't wait. Wait. It's the bottom door, right? Yeah, it's the bottom door. Yeah. Well, we can take one shortcut here, remember? Donkey Kong Country Returns, what's it called? Tropical Freeze looks great. I mean, I still want another Collectathon Donkey Kong, but since we're not going to get that, I will gladly take Donkey Kong. You know, you never know what we're not going to get. I never thought we'd get a new Pokemon type. We got it. Maybe I should talk about that. Wasn't I starting to talk about that earlier? Maybe we should talk about the story a little bit. I mean, we found out a lot. I mean, I didn't even mention the fact that, you know, Commander Adam Malkovich might be a rat. Or, you know, there's something fishy about him. Madeline Bergman claimed that he was actually the one that was the ringleader. Madeline Bergman was just in charge of that one place. So she's not really the bad guy. I mean, these are just a bunch of scientists with big egos, and it didn't go what they want, and they know they made a mistake. And now, some people, like Madeline, are admitting their mistakes, but some other person is trying to cover it up, and he's going to do that by killing everybody that knows the secret. So, yeah. Oh, we can get this now that we have the screw attack. Totally forgot about it. Was this the item that... This was the item that I saw, the one that I wanted to get. We can get it. We can get it, yeah. Missile tank acquired. So with the screw attack, we can get almost everything. And there's still going to be a few more upgrades, and of course we still can't go through the power bomb doors, so I'll say we can get everything that does not involve power bombs. Just about. Because I can't really think of anything more. And we got the seeker missiles, so who knows when those will come into use. That was kind of an unexpected get. I do think it was a nice touch how, like, the seeker missiles, you know, those were not something that were in Metroid Prime, or not Metroid, in Super Metroid, Samus would not have, had that just disactivated. She wouldn't have had it all together. It's still not a new item, but it's new to this whole story timeline thing. Although technically, I mean, from the story, when they're talking about bringing back the space pirates, the Metroid Prime games, timeline-wise, probably take place before Super Metroid and then this would be the last one in the timeline. When does the first Metroid take place? Not to mention Zero Mission and... Wait, what was Zero Mission for? Fusion was Game Boy Advance. So yeah, this is where we need the secret missile. And that's why we couldn't come here earlier, and that's where we're going now. Okay. So we're going to Sector 0 now. And, well, we did not go in any navigation mode. It's gonna... Whoa. Trippin'. So, we're now going to go upside Dizzy. Upside Screwy is more like it. With the screw attack and stuff. So... just keep your calm. Play upside down if you have to. Well, that's probably not the best idea. There are definitely items in here, but some of them we actually can't get yet. I know that you said. So yeah, E3 was not... They haven't even announced another Metroid game. Like, at least with Zelda, they didn't announce another Zelda game, but at least they said they're working on a Zelda game for the Wii U, and we know what the one for the 3DS we call be A Link Between Worlds. There's something that looks like we can get to up there, just... And I didn't see the missile tank. But... yeah, we got it. And we're going to be coming back through here, so I'm not too crazy about the item getting right now. But... like, even somebody I saw say in a comment, like, on Attacking Toucan's video, what do you want to see at E3? It's like, they should make another Metroid game. I think they learned where they went wrong at Other M. No, I don't think they learned where they went wrong at Other M, because they didn't go wrong with Other M, but since everybody thinks they did, they're giving up on the series. That's how it seems. And you know how that makes me feel? I think I already said this, but that really pisses me off. It really does. And not everyone thinks they screwed up on Other M, only the fans. This should not be a mixed review game, and to its credit, when Wikipedia, had an article on everything, I hate when, Wikipedia is just so cold sometimes, they don't have any warmth. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be, but I do like, sometimes it's good. Like, they didn't call this game, they didn't say this game had mixed reviews. They said generally positive. They said divided, though. And that is definitely, I'm glad they said divided instead of mixed, because, there are people like me that love this game, and I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I am ready to move this game to number 1 on the overhated section, or underrated, than Sonic Unleashed, because this game, I think, is... okay, I don't even think it's the best Metroid game, but I still like it a lot, and there's a lot of things about this game that I really like. I think that the combat in this Metroid game is better than any other Metroid game. The story in this Metroid game is pretty good, probably. It's told differently, but I think that the heartbeat level of it, and the curiosity level, for me, in this game is more than any other game. And so now the gravity is going down, but we can't jump at all, and we can't speed boost either, because we can't run at all. So it's pretty much like we're underwater at this point. We can still use our space jump. Oh, let's try this. I'm actually almost certain this will work. So let's do it. Yeah. That does the trick all right. 2 super missiles and then 1 normal shot does it. Oh, video game logic. But I'm not going to hide back. Metroid is one of my favorite series, specifically the Metroid Prime games. And this is the first Metroid game that's not a Metroid Prime game that I really took an interest to. In most series, I can, And Metroid is not like Sonic, okay? Whoever said that Metroid is like Sonic, that only the 2D games are good, that is not true. And even in Sonic, the 2D game, I'm not saying the 3D games are that great, but I don't think the 2D games are that great either. That's just me. I mean, they're good, and I already said my thoughts on Sonic enough, I think. Oh, you know what else pisses me off? That I didn't even know this before, but Sega, apparently they wanted to change the image of Sonic the Hedgehog, so they stopped giving new games of all the subpar Sonic games, and one of those was Sonic Unleashed, and that's ridiculous. Sonic Unleashed at least got positive, well, the Wii version at least did get, scores over 60. And it should have gotten scores over 80, but that's not my point. My point is that they think that that's a bad game. I hate when game designers think they made a bad game just because of stupid fans. And, I know that you guys can have your opinions on this game, but if you don't like this game, you better give if you don't like this game, you better give me a good reason, because I don't see what's not to like about this game. Yeah, it's short. That's one of the reasons I don't like it. I don't think that that's a reason to say it's a bad game altogether. And it's not short and repetitive. I mean, I just don't get it. Do I sing a game's praises too much when I'm Let's Playing it? Some Let's Players don't really tend to do that. I think NCS kind of did it with Prime too. Like, he kept saying how this game was so awesome. He didn't really do it with Skyward Sword. It would be like, it almost seems like he's doing it just because he had to. But, like, he does love Skyward Sword, like he said, like in his review, where he pretty much, gave it an overwhelmingly positive review. And yeah. Hey, we're finally out of the junkie area and stuff. And that's going to be the end of this recording now that we're here. And are we in Sector 0 yet? We're not in Sector 0 yet, but we're close. I think. Yeah. We're still in Sector 2, but... Well, that's the elevator that's going to take us to Sector 0. And in the next episode, we will do that. Bye. If this is the last Metroid game ever created, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Never done this before, talk to the blank video screen. Well, I'll surprise you again. Make another Metroid game.